Mastermind TV. Are You a Boss? The Sauce Walker edition. On this episode of Million Dollars Worth of Game, in this interview, Sauce Walker makes a guest appearance. I will be giving my aspect of a boss mentality versus a worker mentality, which will be obvious by who is asking the question, who is answering them. Also, on how a boss thinks and plans. I will also be touching on how Sauce Walker is using Law 29 of the 48 Laws of Power of planning all the way to the end. Finally, we'll touch on, do you understand your business?
And you showed me some shit, in your phone. You like, Gilly, I got 47 artists.
Yeah, for sure, for shit show.
And you like, you showed me your distribution shit and
yeah, I'm independent, man. Independent. 9 years in the game. Independent record label. I have 46 artists signed to my record label.
And you show me how they make money every day, and how you got 50-50 splits with them, so they get their money, you get their money, you get your money. They never gotta ask where their money at. They go straight to them.
Yeah,
and you got all that shit in your phone,
right?
And you just showing me all of this shit. And how, okay, this artist made this much money this month, this artist made this much, this artist made this much, this artist made this much, this artist made this much. And it's like, you really out here doing that shit on a serious level, man.
Right, for shit show. Absolutely. Well,
from the outside looking in, you would think Gilly would be educating Sauce on the game, since he has a bigger name in the platform and been in the business longer. Also, we'll find out what ownership really is and why Sauce did not sign a deal.
The ownership of what I've created as an artist, because music is art. Music is for some people it's spiritual, for some people it's mental, for some people it's about money and finances and entertainment. But at the end of the day, I understand that music is something that's forever. And if you create something that's forever, that's making money and getting played forever, you deserve to be paid for that forever. If it has a fan base of people that wants to see it. So I'm just not being from a place that shows independency. I've had multiple record deals offered to me from the likes of the Interscopes, the Atlantics, the Columbias, Jay-Z's, multiple different people, from people that I respect or that I look up to, or people that I respect their legacy in music. But at the end of the day, I also understand that if I don't make the correct business decision and I sell off my stock, I sell off my ownership, I sell off my rights, my masters, my albums, these are movies, these are homes, this is like, if you look at a neighborhood, each album is like a property that you own within a neighborhood, or it can even be a apartment building, and each song is a different unit within this apartment building. So I'm a person that, if in business, everything is within a 12-month span and then a 10-year span. So if I sign a record deal to a record label for $1 million or $2 million, and I'm hot for 2 years, 3 years tops, while I'm doing 20, 30 to maybe $100,000 shows, what happens the 8 to 9 years after those 2-3 years of me being the number one hot topic? And I feel that that's a thing that a lot of artists don't plan, or they don't think about, because they don't plan to get older. I don't know if we live in a new generation where everybody planning on dying soon or not seeing other ages and other levels in life. But I'm a person that, I come from a place where we have a lot of legends and they still doing their thing. So
there's an old saying, before you jump in any venture, you should always know the ins and the outs. Also, make sure you cross all your T's and dot all your I's.
That's why you see so many artists complain and be mad with their record labels. They feel like, oh, I'm being shelved, or oh, I'm being held back, or oh, my label ain't dropped, my label's shitting on me. They haven't dropped my album or dropped no new music on me in 3-4 years or 3-4 months or whatever like that. Because some of these artists never make it. It's called a recouping. It's called to recoup. Mm-hmm. I'm a person, I'm from the streets. To recoup is to pay back a front. It's like in the dope game. I owe you some dope. I gave you some shit up front, and you owe me back a certain amount of money. If you don't pay me back in a certain amount of time, I'm gonna cut off the water on you, and whatever that means. So at the end of the day, I don't never want to be in a person that's in a disposition that I am taking away the blessing and the ability to make money off of my music and off of the ownership of everything that I've created as a musician and as a content creator and as a composer, where certain people don't make it to levels in life where their music is making them money. And I understand certain people actually do need the boost and need the help from record labels to get to certain points. But if you're a person that can create an audience and create a fan base and create residual income and revenue off of music, you got to look at everything from a 10-year span. Like I was saying earlier, in the 10-year span, if you have an artist right now, he's in his 2-year prime, he's making $1 million a month, or he's making $300,000-$400,000 a month in spurts of $20,000-$40,000 shows, but his music is making $1 million a month, $2 million a month. So he's gonna have a 2-3 year span that he might make at the end of the year. He might make $2 or $3 million at the end of the year. His music just made $20 million that year.
Let me ask you a question. Ballpark figure. This independent shit. How much you make a year? Ballpark figure.
I probably make like 200, whatever, 200, like 240 to 280 a month. So whatever that is times 12, just on the music side.
That's me. You just talking about just on?
Yeah, that's just right here.
Just
that
off
just,
in the phone. That ain't
yeah,
got nothing to do with shows or no features.
As you see, I'm showing you. I'm clicking on. It's 36 artists right here. It's 36 artists right here. I click on any artist on here, anybody name, is gonna be some money pop up to them. And it's in the thousands, and it's different platforms. That's what a lot of artists don't know. You getting paid from each one of these different platforms a different revenue of money. Your YouTube check has nothing to do with your Hulu check. That has nothing to do with your Spotify check. That ain't got nothing to do with your Amazon Prime check. That ain't got nothing to do with your Tidal check. And then you got your United Masters, and then Apple and all these different, and then some of these different things have different levels that you have. You getting paid for premium, then you getting paid for YouTube Red, then you getting paid for this person got Apple Platinum subscription, so he's paying an extra $35 a month to get all the extra shit, and you his favorite artist. So these are extra amenities and pluses that you're getting paid out from these streaming companies, because these streaming companies, they don't care. They just want to pay directly to the consumer and directly to the creator. So in this new world that we living in, if you making music, it's easy to get your stuff on like a CD Baby or one of these distributors, a TuneCore or something like that, just to get started. And then once you get to another level, you search for distribution so that you can reach a wider audience. But at the end of the day, in my circumstance, I get paid 2 times a month. I get paid once a month for being Sauce Walka the rapper, then I get paid once a month for being Sauce Walka the CEO. So it's you gotta think it's right. It's like in the space, if I had a YouTube company, basically like how y'all a podcast, a person is streaming, I got 36 YouTube content creators signed to my label, and they all do YouTube channels that's all syndicated to me, that we split the revenue 50-50. Now, in the benefit of these artists, though, I don't charge them, or I don't take no money or no percentages off of their performance rights. So that means any artist is signed to my record label, if somebody want to pay you $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, $100,000 for a show, me and my record label don't make no money on that. If somebody pay one of my artists $15,000 for a clothes a sponsorship endorsement, we want you to wear this particular item, or we want you to be with Coca-Cola tomorrow, $1 million contract, I don't make, TSF don't make no money off of that. If they go do if they do a feature song with another artist, and they charge that artist a performance to do the song with them, I don't charge that artist money to do the song with my artist, nor do I hold against them what's called a clearance fee, which the record label has. Yeah, they have the right to clear the record. So even because an artist can be in debt with me, I'm the record label owner. If I've ever did any level of investment or marketing or advertisement, I have the right as the record label to hold those funds against the artist's residual money, or money that they coming in, the money that's being generated from their streaming and their music. So therefore, that's how you keep an artist in the hole to a certain extent, to where you don't make the money off of the money that's being made off of the streams and the plays from your music worldwide, because you constantly taking money and lending and borrowing from a record label. So every time you take an advance, or every time you get the reject, there's $30,000, or you get this feature from another artist, is $100,000. Not only are you paying for the performance right for that artist to record the song with you in the studio, you also have to pay the record label for them to allow you to sell the song. It's not just about the fact that they own the artist, it's about the fact that they know if we just put $100,000 or $2 million, $3 million into making this artist Hulk Hogan in the rap game right now, and you just pay him $15,000 because you called him on a good Thursday to do a song, and he took the money and did the song, or $30,000 to do the song, you still finna get $2 million in marketing and promotion. So from the record label standpoint, I get that, I understand it, but at the end of the day, y'all are still stopping this other
Artists from flourishing.
Exactly. I never wanted to be one of those people. So I understood that with this independency right here, with the ownership, these right here is all the artists that signed to my record label.
What's that app?
This not no app. This is a distribution portal I have 3 different distribution portals with 3 different distribution companies that I distribute my artists
and that's
through.
the dashboard.
Right. This is the portal. This is the dashboard. You can click on any one of these artists. You can see right here. They missing like 10 artists right now, but it's like 30.
Talking to Mike.
Oh, we missing like 10 artists, but it's like 34 artists on this list right here. You could click on any artist on this list, and each different artist got a different level of different level of streaming from YouTube. Certain many millions of views coming from YouTube. Certain many millions of views coming from Apple Music, Spotify.
They show that money on there too.
Exactly, and it shows the money that you make in conglomerate with the views that you're getting and the streams that you're getting. So instead of looking on Instagram seeing how many people liked your picture, you looking on here seeing how many people listen to your music and is paying you for each stream. But once you sign a record deal, 9 times out of 10, this is all out of the window, because this is what record labels are trying to sign you in a record deal for, to get this. Because most record labels are they're going to put the marketing and the advertising behind you to make you a bigger artist for the time being, in a moment, to get you big concerts and shows. But if you're not an artist that stands the test of time and makes it past a 5 to 10 year span of people reoccurrently want to purchase and buy your music, you're going to have to find other avenues to make money to live the same level of lifestyle that you was living when you was the #1 artist in America, and you're not living off of music anymore. Now you're living off of the fact that I became a celebrity and so many people know me now. I'm trying to sell you this product. I'm trying to sell you this item, but I'm a celebrity superstar musician. Why is my music, even if I do want to sell you a product or item, that's fine, but I still should be able to live a sufficient lifestyle and a great lifestyle off of music, even if my ass is still sitting down. I shouldn't have to come and stand in front of you and jump up and down and do backflips or do interviews, or I shouldn't have to perform just to make money in music. And unfortunately, before the independency came and the internet came, that's really what every artist in the music industry was forced to deal with. And the difference and the indifference in that is to say, is if a person like Will Smith had to sell off his rights to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, whatever movie that he did where he was the robot, and the first movie that he did with Top Gun, Top Wing, when he was the pilot, or Independence Day, I think that was Independence Day. In order for him to get the Bad Boy contract with Martin Lawrence, hey Will, man, we love everything that you did, man. You're a great actor, bro. We love you, bro. But we got this new thing we're gonna do when you and Martin, man. And we know Martin got his own sitcom and you got your own sitcom, but we finna make a trilogy movie. This gonna go all the way to the 2000s. We're gonna pay you $10 million a movie. First movie that you ever got paid $10 million. At this time, Will Smith ain't never got a $10 million role in his life. The most money made in a role, $2 million, $1 million, $800,000-900,000. So $10 million is an incredible leap. So at the end of the day, but he's already earned that from the streams and the views and the love that he's got from having a fan and having box selling off his films. But in order for him to get the Bad Boy contract, you have to sell us your Independence Day rights. You have to sell us your Fresh Prince of Bel-Air rights, and you got to sell us some more rights. But you still gonna get 20-30% after we make the $10 million back that we're giving you up front. After we make that back plus interest, then you'll be able to get your percentage back from your old movies that you already got paid prior to you ever meeting me and want to do business with me. That does not make sense. Okay, if that doesn't make sense to a viewer out there, look at it like this. If I'm a business owner and I created Walmart, and in the midst of me creating Walmart, I decided that I want to make 7-Eleven and Wawa's. Now, by me making 7-Eleven and Wawa's, Amazon wants to come buy a part of my real estate and a part of the businesses that I own. But they only, through conversation, I've only been talking to you guys about selling y'all my gas stations. I talked to you guys about selling Wawa's and 7-Eleven. These are two entities that's generating $500 million a year from both of these properties. This is $1 billion property. But y'all telling me only way that y'all would do business with me and buy these two properties is I have to sell y'all Walmart as well. I have to give y'all the 30%, 40% equity, 50% equity in Walmart. Why?
So basically, you telling me when a lot of these major labels came at you, they wanted your catalog.
That's anybody. It's not just me. That's standard.
Most people's minds are not taught to be bosses. They're taught to be workers.
Ask you a question though. Would you take a joint venture? I'm saying this. The only reason I'm saying this is this, Walker. When you look, that's all I'm saying. You got a lot of people. They take pride on owning their shit.
Yeah.
But they owning their shit, and your shit might, and they might own their shit, not saying you, and they shit might be at a 10, but the label relationships and partnerships with other people could take your music, sync it everywhere, and could take that shit from a 10 to a 60.
whole nother level.
All based on relationship. Because
Right.
everybody, and I want to say this because you get somebody you establish. It's different. A lot of people will listen to it and be like, oh, I gotta own my shit. Homie, you might be owning your shit, it ain't.
Everyone is not wired with a worker's mentality. Some people are made to be bosses. In order to accomplish that, you have to have power over yourself. As we see Sauce Walka take that into effect with the use of Law 29 of the 48 Laws of Power. Law 29, playing all the way to the end. The ending is everything. Playing all the way to it. Take into account all possible consequences, obstacles, and twists of fortune that might reverse your hard work and give a glory to others. By playing it to the end, you will not be overwhelmed by circumstances, and you will know when to stop. Gently guide your fortune and help determine your future by thinking far ahead.
Without the catalog, yes. Only without the catalog. I don't mind doing business and working with record labels. I don't have nothing against record labels, and a lot of record labels change the lives of a lot of people. What I care about is the end game. I don't like the fact that a lot of these artists don't understand the end game, and they look up at some of these artists that used to be great or used to be good or used to be so on and so on and so forth, and they have so much negativity to say about them, like it was the artist that made bad decisions. But like, I don't like, it's my legends, people I look up to, like from New York and shit like that, like a Beanie Siegel. Beanie Siegel supposed to be rich as fuck right now, regardless of whatever decisions he made in life is bad decisions. You got music that's doing so well and doing so much of memory sitting in the hearts of people in the ghettos in America. You still supposed to get a little $45,000 a month, $60,000 a month. You know what type of lifestyle people can live making $60,000 a month off of their music when they 45 and 50 years old. You still getting a $60,000, $70,000 check, $100,000 check from your old albums. This just me being modest and saying light numbers. For some people, it's 3, 4, 500, 2 million and crazy shit like that. You get 9. That's why a person like Young Dolph was able to say, I can say no to a $22 million deal because we probably already getting $2 million a month. So all you trying to do is give me 2 years, or maybe 2.5 years of where we already generating a 1 year. If we doing 1.3, 1.4 million a month, we talking about every 30 days, not the publishing. What's publishing is the check that comes every quarterly. It comes every 3.5, 4 months out the year. You make that from radio, TV. You know what I'm saying? That's like if your song get put in some shit that ain't got nothing to do with regular streaming services. But that's called a publishing check. You only see that check 4 times out of the year. How you gonna live? Your bills come every 30 days.
As we see him taking into account Law 28 and the action with boldness. If you're unsure of your course of action, do not attempt it. Your doubts and hesitation will affect your execution. Timidity is dangerous. Better to enter with boldness. Any mistakes you commit through audacity are easily corrected with more audacity. Everyone admires the bold. No one honors the timid.
See, like a great person like Jay Prince told me, you can own 100% of $100 or you can own 10% of 10 million. That stuck with me for the rest of my life. Some of the most smartest, respectful, gangster business savvy that I can take, and I completely understand that and respect it. But at the end of the day, if you do not have the capability of generating a catalog that's making money or that's doing well, yes, you should explore the option of allowing a record label to put you in a better position. But at the end of the day, I believe that all artists need to learn the information and learn the language so you can get yourself in a position to where you can what's called separate the catalog. That's what people don't understand, because you don't have to sell all of your music just to get into a greater situation, because once you license anything, that music is, you might as well separate yourself from that music for a long amount of time, because at the end of the day, so much money, you took money up front. No matter how the situation, even though I'm licensing, I'm using it back, okay, You gotta live off the money that was given to you up front. Now all the money that comes from this point forward, your physical body has to be there to make the money. You just was in a situation where you had money coming in off of this music, but we're gonna make you make way more money, take you to a whole different stratosphere of streaming. True, but what's wrong with the artist keeping that old catalog and that old music that's not even worth that much to you as a label anymore anyway, because it's not when it first came out. This is old shit. So at the end of the day, if I still own it and then I sign with you as an artist, is what you saying, I would do this licensing with you for all of my new music. I would do this licensing with you for my new albums, because that puts me in a position where now I'm like an NBA basketball player, or now I'm like a movie star, where you're paying me for what I'm doing right now at the moment with you, me and the business that me and you are creating together, not nothing that I previously did. Therefore, if what goes on with me and you fails and it crumbles, I'm not held in responsibility in this position, and my triumphs in my past and my career are not held responsible for a new business adventure or a new album or a new song that I did with you that didn't go up to the capability or didn't go up to the sales or the standards that you had set out.
You will always have doubters. Some will even say haters. These are the ones that go against the law. The law doesn't apply to everybody, but for the ones that do, they understand it.
Side to that coin too, though, because if the label gets you right and they say, okay, we only going to take the music that from here on out, right? Okay, so now they take the music from here on out. Sauce Walka and his whole record label go from, even the niggas that was doing $200 a day, now they doing something different, right? Okay. Right now, they take Sauce Walka and his whole team and they blow these motherfuckers up even more. They take you from 10 to 60. Now they saying, as a record label, okay, we gonna take you from 10 to 60, maybe even take you higher than that, because how this shit go, it'll be an artist that you wasn't even expect that I have a song that'll take off. He had a biggest song on the label.
Exactly.
Oh, it
and
might
he was
be
the
that
smallest artist.
Right. It might be that one song, but that motherfucker did 6 million motherfucking streams, right? Okay, cool. Now the record label is thinking, okay, now we gonna take you, we gonna upgrade you and your whole team. But the flip side of that is now all the old music that you got out, that shit gonna stream like crazy.
And guess who it's going to?
Hold on. And we ain't gonna get none of that money.
No, he talking about you don't sign away your old
that's
shit.
what he's saying.
Yeah. So the flip side is the record label like, we gonna blow you up, but in the process of us blowing you up, all your old music gonna stream too, and you gonna make a shitload of money over here. What if one of these songs pop off on TikTok and now one of your old songs that was an older song, now people catching on to it because we put more light on you, and now this motherfucker go 3 times, 4 times platinum.
If you use Law 29, you wouldn't have that problem. You playing all the way to the end.
In my situation, I own 20 albums of my own.
Personal.
My own personal albums that are in my catalog. 22 albums in my catalog. Because I remember I was the Sauce Twins and then the Sauce Walka. So of that group, I got like 3 to 4 albums in that group. And then I got like 17 or some shit albums like that that's of my own. That's just me. And then I got 36 artists, and not all of my artists have started streaming or dropped the album yet, but majority, at least 25 to 27 of them are streaming. So if each artist got 2 or 3 to 4 to 5 to 10 albums, and each album got 10, 15 to 20 songs on it, and each song is generating $100, $250, $355 to, as I showed him, you got certain songs that's doing $5,000 a month, $2,500 a month. $2,800, $1,900 a month. Yep. And that could be just the audio. We ain't talk about the music video. So now you got this one music video for the same song, this music video doing $3,500 a month, but the audio on this is only doing $2,200 or $1,500 a month. We go back to the neighborhood. That's still 2 houses in your street, in your subdivision, that's passively paying you $3,000 and $2,500 a month.
Yes, sir.
You know how much money you got to spend on the home in the neighborhood to get paid $3,000 a month from it? Mm-hmm. Maybe what, $400,000? $500,000. You got to spend $500,000. The average artist, it didn't cost you $500,000.
Thanks for watching Mastermind TV with your boy, M.A. $.